can make myself move to Costa Rica just by putting my hand on the receptionist's leg. What is a useless talent you have? I'm genetically unable to get brain freeze. I can
Subscribe or they will haunt you. What is a useless talent you have? I'm genetically unable to get brain freeze. I can chug an entire slushie without consequence. I've tried to give myself brain freeze and it just won't happen. My chest on the other hand. I can take a nap for a specified amount of time, like say 22 minutes. I also know right before a timer is about to go off. I can do a ton of voices. You'd think it would be useful, but I've been trying to get into voice acting for 20 years. Edit. Thank you everyone. I should reiterate. I gave up trying in my 20s. I try every now and then, but I haven't really put the work in as I should. I don't have a quality mic or a portfolio, but you guys have really inspired me. I'm much more interested in voice acting for gaming. I can do cartoonish voices, but I do best in something more dramatic. I can bend my knees backwards, so my knee has an about 140 degrees, 150 degree angle. Never measured it. I can move my ears up and down. Freaks the hell out of people who see it for the first time. If you're wondering, I went to a school where twisting your ears was an appropriate form of punishment. One teacher twisted my left ear a little too hard one day and soon enough I could move it. Same thing happened to my other ear a year later. I can hit just about anything within 60 feet or so with a rock. I grew up on a farm and spent countless hours on our gravel road picking up rocks and firing away at stuff, mostly fence posts. Not me, but my BFF can pronounce any word you say to her backwards within 2 seconds, into languages. I can tell you the day of the week for any given date off the top of my head. How many of us just realized we have no talent, much less a useless one? That's your talent. I'm really good at guessing the appropriate container size for quantities of food or liquid. For example, when I make soup I don't measure what I put in the pot or use a recipe, but it'll always come out as exactly 1 or 2 or 3 quarts on the nose. My boyfriend gets excited whenever I cook and put food away to see if I f***ed up this time, but I never do. Name a recorded song that I've heard before, and I can sing in tune with it before you pull it up on your music app. I otherwise have no major musical talent. I can make my skull vibrate. I think your skeleton is ready to hatch. Picking locks and sneaking up on people really quietly. I can say wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man really fast over and over. Edit. After reading the comments, I can do the same with she sells seashells by the seashore and Irish wristwatch. Being able to pick things up with my toes when I'm too lazy to bend down. Me too. I can turn round doorknobs with my toes too. Always put the USB in the right way on the first try, which I tend to remember good solutions to extremely insignificant questions. Questions that are never asked because they don't matter to anyone. I'm not 100% accurate, but I can look at people and tell where they're from without hearing them speak a single word. I'm American and can do this with Americans as well as non-Americans. Example, last summer I had a group of 5, and I identified 2 Belgians, a French and a German. One was so unbelievably impressed that he offered me $50 if I could precisely identify the 5th person, a woman, in the group. I looked at her, guessed French orgies, and won the most unlikely $50 of my life. I'm a small legend in my line of work and the tourists are dumbfounded every fucking time. I can blow bubbles off of my tongue and make them dance by waving my hand. Especially useless now with COVID. I can fuck up pretty much anything. I'm an ear rumbler. I can do it on command and always thought of it as like closing my ears from an early age. I typically do it when something is too loud, but can do it whenever I want. I have insane memory, it just only works on the most random information. Like, I know a math problem I was given in 4th grade. It wasn't even a huge topic. Just a random question on a test, but I have no idea what I had for lunch the other day. I can touch my nose with my tongue. I've remembered the name of every episode of Doctor Who from 1963-89/2005-20. I may have a problem. I can recite the entirety of The Emperor's New Groove, with sound effects and background music, perfectly in my head. My demonstration of such a skill does, unfortunately, require a diminution in quality of my performance. I can balance coins on their edges. Pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, you name the coin and I can find a way to balance it on its narrow edge. I can do a really good impression of a seagull as well as Kermit the Frog. Like sure, the Kermit impression is super fun at parties. And I can confuse the local birds by sounding like a seagull, but neither of those things are useful. Fun though. I have 4 nipples. When it's cold, I can cut a piece of glass with a quarter turn. Oh, and burping on command. Edit for spelling. Can dislocate both my thumbs and roll them round to the horror of onlookers. Fast speaking / rap. Normally about 12 syllables per second, but at my best, around 14 to 15 syllables per second. For reference, Rap God by Eminem is 9 SBS and standard speaking in English is around 6.5 SBS. This isn't really a talent, but when I was younger I would always mouth the words of what someone else was saying while they were speaking. It was because I wasn't good with talking, so I used other people as examples. I did it so much that now I can just guess what someone else is going to say before they say it. It doesn't matter if I know them or not, I will usually guess their sentence in my head before they finish it. Late, but I have a neat one. I can control whether I smell or not. Like, I can breathe in through my nose but not smell. I have to actively think about smelling. I can play music by flicking my cheeks, changing the shape of my mouth to change the note. I tried making a YouTube channel around it. It didn't work out. I'm oddly great at reading backwards, inverted, or upside down texts, mixed with ADHD. Sometimes I read faster when I turn the book upside down. I can make myself move to Costa Rica just by putting my hand on the receptionist's leg. I can wiggle my chin, even carry small objects. Oh right, I can also get my voice super high pitch without assistance from tech super low too. I can do the SpongeBob laugh as well. I can hear colors. Right? It's called synesthesia. All songs have different colors and patterns. Super fun to listen to music during class and get a good score on my assignment for creativity and abstraction. I can also feel others touch on my own body without them touching me. If they poke themselves, I can feel the poke on my body. This is called mirror touch synesthesia. I can memorize a lot of unnecessary details and things. Like I can remember what clothes my friend was wearing the first time we met, including color, style, length, a normal conversation from strangers, but instantly forget what parents told me to do 1 second ago. I can recognize a person by their butts. I've spent a lot of time looking at people's butts. You can line up people showing just their behind, and I'll be able to identify them. Whoever is reading this, your butt is beautiful.